Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the FAD News, and today we are going to have a small little debate regarding the topic of is education important for someone to be successful in life? And for the affirmative side, we have Felix with the blue background, and for the opposing side, we have Axel with the red background. And Felix, you can start with your first point.
Hello, dear listeners and viewers. My name is Felix Leonardo Tan, and in today's debate, I'm going to stand on the affirmative side on the motion: do we really need education to be successful? Okay, before I start giving out my points, I want to explain first what the definition of success, in my opinion. According to One Step Outside survey, there are 5 areas of success. The first one is health and well-being. The second one, family and friends. The third one, learning and challenging yourself. The fourth one, work and career. And the last one is fun and enjoyment. Okay, into my first point. I got these 10 benefits showing why education is important to our society from habitatbrower.org. I will choose out of 3 points for my arguments that I will elaborate later on. Okay, so from the 5 areas of success, I have found that education benefits us on creating more employment opportunities, providing a prosperous and happy life, and also developing our problem-solving skill. Okay, to my first arguments, education is creating more employment opportunities. Finding a job is not easy, especially in times of economic turmoil. You often need to compete with hundreds or thousands of other candidates for a vacant position. With the right qualifications and education background, you will increase your chances of landing a fulfilling job. Education requirements allow employers to express what kind of formal classroom training will help someone accomplish the job. Most companies list the minimum level of education required for each job listed, such as high school diploma, an associate, bachelor's degree, or graduate degree. That is all for my first argument. Thank you for listening.
Right, thank you, Felix, for stating his first point. Now let's move to Axel from the opposing side to say his first point and rebuttal to Felix's point.
Hello, okay, all right. Hello, good morning, honorable adjudicator and my worthy opponents. I am Axel, and today I will help you realize that education is not the sole path to success. Before I present my arguments, I would like to contend the definition created by the opposition. The opposition has proposed that success have 5 areas. I contend to this definition due to the overgeneralized ideas, creating an unrealistic structure for this civil discourse. We should define the topic as this topic as education is the sole cause of success, which I oppose. The opposition has put forward an argument that success is solely based on one's career. Career being equal to money, and as we know it, money doesn't equal happiness. We know that success can be derived as happiness, but money cannot buy you happiness. Hence, the opposition has contradicted himself with this point. Now, I would like to continue explaining my argument lines. First of all, I will explain the statistics of uneducated and their access to successful life. Second of all, I would like to explain the financial and logistical aspects of education and how it might hinder you from success rather than propagate you to success. My third point would be the access to knowledge is not only from systemic education. All right, now on to my points. My first point, I would like to discuss that when we think of success, we think of the 100 richest people in the world, and 33 of that category are high school dropouts. This shows that education does not correlate with success directly, and 58 of them are not. 58 of the richest people has college majors that are not connected to what they're doing right now. Hence, what they have learned does not propagate them to success. Hence, the correlation is none. Second of all, the World Happiness Index. It is the index where the country is ranked based on how happy, how content people are with their lives in that country. The top 5 countries within those categories are Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Netherlands, and Switzerland. Finland, Denmark, and Iceland has one of the lowest statistics for going to college or having a higher education. Finland having 16, Denmark having 11, and Iceland having 14, showing that being content with life does not have to do with college. College does not give you content. College only gives you education, and it doesn't bring you success. Success is based on hard work, determination, and also persistence. Thank you.
Okay, a good point from Axel there. Felix, you may continue with your second point and a rebuttal to Axel's point.
Thank you for the opposing sides for the arguments. Okay, the opposing side stated that 33 of 100 richest persons are high school dropouts. Then let's take an example of Bill Gates. If the success that he gained was not through education, how do you explain the thousands of employees that work for him but are required to have an educational background? What about the thousands of Microsoft users that are most likely going through systematic education like us? That is all for my rebuttal. Into my second point, which is education is not only creating more employment opportunities, but it's also providing a prosperous and happy life. Education helps gain a better reputation and increases the chances of climbing the career ladder faster and easier. In turn, it provides financial resources for stable lives. People can afford to buy their own house or apartment and thus secure their children's happiness and success. Furthermore, being able to own your own home provides stability and increased self-confidence. It leads to creating a positive environment for families and communities. According to the research at University of Tennessee, children of homeowners are 116% more likely to graduate from college than children of renters of the same age, race, and income. They are also 25% more likely to graduate from high school and have higher math and reading scores, with fewer behavioral problems. The points that I have conveyed are within the 5 areas of success, which is the families and friends. That is all for my second point. Thank you.
Okay. Axel, please do state your second point and your second rebuttal to Felix.
All right. Before I continue with my logistical and financial analysis of how education might not support success, I would like to discuss how the opposition has brought forward the points where career can equal good families, where career can equal happy life, where career equals success. As I mentioned before, career is not success. Career, you can go through career, you can have a successful career, but it's not solely dependent on your education. It is built on character, where you need to work hard. Having an education is not enough to propagate your career forward. You need hard work, you need determination. And education simply does not teach these things. You can still be lazy in college and finish it. You can still be have a successful career and not be content with your life. Hence, these ideas are faulty. All right, now onto my points. Financial aspects and logistical analysis. All right, in the US itself, the statistics of student loans have increased for the past 10 years. The increase in students going to college and the increase in student loans shows that there is no improvement, where the increase of education is showing more people in being successful. 38% from the year 2003 and 2004 spent the last 18 years paying their debts. and they are still not done with it. It just shows that the financial aspects of college, of going to systemic education, is more of a financial burden than doing it on your own. Meanwhile, going through college itself endures you of 4 years of pain and work. Meanwhile, you need to pay for that work. Meanwhile, if you work directly, you could reach places where you could never been going through college. Hence, this is not a logical investment for financial and logistical. All right, the problem does not occur in the United States only, but it is a recurring theme throughout the entire world. In Indonesia, we see people who work directly. Nowadays, we can see people making restaurants, making businesses who are successful without their educational background. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Axel, for the second point. Felix, you may continue with your third and final point and a rebuttal to Axel's point as well.
Okay, to review on the opposing side statement, I got this graph from the Washington Post titled "Workers with no college experience are struggling." It is stated that nearly 4 million adult workers without college degrees or with high school or less education haven't found work again after losing their jobs in the pandemic. Only 199,000 adult workers with a bachelor's degree or higher and adult workers with some college or associate degree are in the same situation. Okay, that is all for my rebuttal. Into my last point, which is education is developing your problem-solving skills. One of the benefits of education is that the educational system teaches us how to obtain and develop critical and logical thinking and make independent decisions. When children become adults, they are faced with a lot of challenging issues. For example, like pay off your student loans, get a job, buy a car and a house, provide for your family, and etc. However, if one has spent years educating themselves, they should be able to make sound decisions on these various boundaries. Not only are people able to form their own opinions, but they are also good at finding solid and reliable arguments and evidence to back up and confirm their decisions. So I got this survey from livealivefoundation.org. When asked about the qualities of successful leaders should have, 97% of Americans think that critical thinking is an important quality for someone to be a successful leader. The survey found that 95% of Americans think that project management knowledge and mentality-driven quality are important qualities of an outstanding leader. Finally, 93% of Americans say that it's important for a leader to be compassionate. That is all for my last point. Thank you.
Okay, now Axel, you may wrap things up with a rebuttal to Felix's third point and your final point, and also include your conclusion for your whole motion in this argument.
All right. To finish up my points, I would like to start with an answer to the opposition's points. I have a rhetorical question where how has your previous education shown the growth in your critical thinking? As I know and as we know, that the education system currently has forced us to grow into robots, where we are asked and told what is right and what is wrong. We are programmed to think that way. Hence, I don't think it is viable to say that the education system brings critical thinking. Second of all, the lowest happiness index in the world, it's not the lowest, but it's quite low for a developed country, which is Singapore. They have the highest ranked education and a really good education system. But why do they have a happiness index? So this shows that education doesn't equal success, doesn't equal happiness, or a career doesn't equal happiness. All right, now on to my point. The access to knowledge, as we know, is not based on the education system. We acquire knowledge throughout our lives, doing things, making mistakes. And according to Gary Vee, the three main aspects to happiness, to success, are character, knowledge, and communication. Hence, these are the things that will propagate you to success, not education itself. You can gain these information, these knowledge, and these characters with going through life and not having to go to college. Hence, college is not the definitive answer for your success. So throughout this debate, I have shown you the logistical inaccuracies of going to college and how it will not bring you success, and also the statistics of how not going to college can bring you easier success. Thank you.
All right, Felix, it's your turn to wrap things up with a rebuttal to Axel's final point and your own conclusion.
Okay, to rebut on the opposing side, last arguments. It is true that everyone can't remember most of the things they learned in college or in high school, but that doesn't mean that the things you learn are worthless. For example, people often go to college not only for the theory, but most of the time they spend money and time on college for trial and error before they enter the professional world. We can take an example from one of Prasetya Mulia University's most popular majors, business management, where they not only teach business theory, but during the semesters, you are pushed to develop ideas and innovation for a business startup. And for the final project, in order you to graduate, you need to make a business or a startup. From this example, I can conclude that the education is not only by paper, but also by experience. That is all for my last rebuttal. And to conclude all of my points, I would like to say that the definition of success differs among people, but with the help of education, people tend to live life with less worry because education helps them to get a job easier, find many new connections whilst in school or in college or university, and overall shaping the happiness and the success of someone's career. I still hereby stand with my motion that education has an important impact on people's success. That is all from me. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Axel and Felix, for the small little debate regarding is knowledge important or is education important to someone's success. Very good points, very good statistics included in the points and in the rebuttals. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in today, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.